deep in the shadows. I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, welcome to the channel CeeChronicles here. I post fragrance related content on this platform and do invite you to subscribe if you're not yet part of the family. Now to those who are returning, thank you so much guys for the continued support. I have more decants that were sent to me by Hygie Scent. Okay, so this time they sent me these longer vials. I think that's what perhaps they meant by changing the packaging and stuff, because remember I used to bring you these, which are glass. Oh yeah, now it's making sense to me now that I speak to you. They were saying the pressure in transportation were sometimes making these ones leak. So if you purchase from Hygie Scent, one of the two will be the packaging. All right, so I have Swiss Arabian Soul of Bali right here, and I have Lattafa Durrah right here. Guys, these are fragrances I couldn't wait to put my nose on. This is not going to be based on first impressions because I have tried them. But I just, you know, when it comes to Durrah, which is this one, the first one I want to talk about, I was looking at that bottle and thinking, okay, is it going to be fruity really? Because sometimes Lattafa throws us off. And first impressions, guys, the first couple of sprays that I've just wasted here, it is certainly a fruity scent. Okay, more of a fruity scent than I'd say it is of a floral. You get a sweetened nectarous feel right there at the top, and I believe this one lists the note of peach. When I saw the note pyramid before this decant was sent to me, I was a little bit skeptical, thinking maybe this is going to be like a bitter peach type of fragrance in disguise. Certainly not. This certainly does have the peach, but it's not the peach as in how the peach in bitter peach, vibes. And I am putting this out there because most people come to this channel to know what the closest a fragrance I talk about will be to. So that's why I put that example of bitter peach and said, no, immediately this is not like a bitter peach type of vibe of a fragrance, but it's certainly on a fruity, nectarous side. It's sweet, even to an extent feels like a fruit juice, to my nose. And when I wore this, the peach was able to linger for the longest time. However, it then entered into a phase of a floralness where it seemed to be sharing the same limelight with a subtle, pretty feel of a rosy nuance. And when I checked the notes, this does include the note of peony, and peony can come across as rosy sometimes, giving a fragrance like a pink feel to it if you are to use like a benzoyl shortcut. It also lists other notes like that osmanthus and jasmine, but I like the fact that though it does have the inclusion of the jasmine here is a little bit timid. Okay, it doesn't make it about the jasmine, because sometimes when fragrances have that note of jasmine included in them, then jasmine has a way or tends to then take over. So yeah, this is certainly a soft, inoffensive, fruity scent with a brightness, of course, of that peach, and that is what you're going to carry in the fruitiness. It doesn't even feel like it has an addition of other fruits. If at all I am to force my nose to try and extract something else, it could be maybe it has a citrus like a mandarin or something like that, but it's mostly that peach that comes to the surface, interpreting as ripened, adding a little bit of a gourmand fruity touch to this fragrance, making it also playful at the same time. And then you have the wafts of the gentle florals, and that becomes the start and end of this fragrance. Now, this fragrance is marketed under the niche Emarati collection, which happens to be one of Lattafa's very long-lasting lines because of the oil concentration that they use in that line. I wouldn't say this gives me beast mode, guys. This does not feel like it has the concentration that I was expecting of, especially the niche Emarati line, where most of those fragrances are so beastly. Perhaps Lattafa listened to the complaints where some of their fragrances were actually borderline heady, because if you love fragrances, you also want to enjoy the fragrance, that have it in a push and pull with you. So maybe in this, they just thought to add like a gentle fragrance within the collection, because this doesn't give me like a niche Emarati beast mode 100% oil concentration forceful type of a fragrance. It lingers in its fruitiness, also feeling so much as though it is targeted for somebody who would like to wear it in hot weather. It's inoffensive, and that's just about it when it comes to Durrah. I'm not sure whether this is a clone because it doesn't feel like a fragrance that I've come across before. However, to make it easy for you to decide whether you need to purchase it or not, this fragrance is a crowd-pleasing, fruity scent that highlights the peach, a ripened peach, if you know what I mean. So if you like those type of fragrances, then you are gonna certainly love this one. The sweet, fruity feel of this fragrance will make it such that it is going to be one that's favored across the board. I can see youngsters liking this, as well as the mature liking this, and it may actually draw more interest, you know, in the females than it would, you know, to the males there, because it is a fruity floral scent, and I think I'd say enough said. Okay. Now moving on to Soul of Bali. In this fragrance I have tried as well, and I couldn't wait to bring my thoughts on it to you. Okay, so let me just spray it on the blotter and then tell you my thoughts. But disclaimer before I even get into what this fragrance is doing, this has the same potency as their Casablanca. It's not the same fragrance. By potency I mean it just interprets as beastly. Even in the first couple of sprays, it kind of has that heady feel about it, making it such that perhaps if you were looking for something that's going to be subtle, something perhaps that's going to be tropical, because this does list the note of mango, pineapple, in citruses and some rhubarb, do not expect those to be polite. Okay, it's going to just open up as sort of like an in-your-face type of a fragrance. It is a fragrance with depth. I was not expecting this. I was certainly expecting something tropical, but I wasn't sure whether they will be able to capture longevity in the tropicalness of Soul of Bali, and they have absolutely done. So this one's top notes, guys, are the bergamot, the pink pepper, the rhubarb, the ginger. Okay, those are the top notes, and what shines the most there is certainly a fruitiness, okay, a fruitiness that's almost immediately interpreting as rhubarb. It does seem like the rhubarb kind of has more of the shine there and holds on. Yes, the mango comes into the mix, the pineapple comes into the mix, but you are still somewhat stuck into, you know, that sweet green sour feel of the rhubarb, most especially, and the spiciness also does assert itself there in the opening, as well as hold on through to the end. This is certainly a fruity scent, right? But the fruit that seems to kind of bully the rest of them to my nose is the rhubarb. Okay, however, you know how we extract notes is also nose specific. Maybe for some people they will say they get more of the mango and the pineapple than they do the rhubarb, but I'm getting more, you know, of that rhubarb, most especially because the fruitiness is coming across with like a tartness, a sourness, and that kind of thing. Then the mid of this fragrance, guys, lists the aquatic notes. So there is like an aquatic feel about this fragrance. Some of you are going to detect like a salty feel in this fragrance. However, that aquatic nuance that they have put across, through the pattern of this fragrance does not dilute this fragrance to make it sort of like a light scented scent. It still carries that forcefulness. It still carries that presence where you can almost, or perhaps the easiest way to explain what I'm saying is it doesn't vibe like the fruitiness that I get in here. Not that I was expecting it to be like Durrah, no, but in Durrah I spoke of crowd pleasing, I spoke of safe, I spoke of fun, I spoke of summery and stuff. This is in a way summery, salty, tropical, but it's not a safe fragrance. I would say perhaps sniff this, especially if you like fragrances that are gentle, because this does have kind of like a pushy nature to it. And granted, because it lists the notes of nutmeg, cardamom, some woods in the base there, sandalwood, ambergris, and that cypro oil, which tend to, if mixed together, can gang up and create a monstrous feel or a monstrous fragrance. So that is what I get from this. This is going to be value for money though, because of how long lasting it is. A little will go a long way. So this is certainly a fragrance that has a lot of pages, where if you don't like your fragrances on the linear side, something that I almost got with Durrah, where Durrah gave me that fruitiness, and then the florals, but the florals being careful enough not to push it, and both mixtures kind of working safely in tandem and ensuring that this fragrance doesn't push it. This does have that element where it can borderline be pushy, and the aquatic notes here mixing especially with the ginger and that pineapple somewhat seem to even interpret as a little bit metallic, a little bit metallic. This fragrance is doing a lot of things, okay? So you're gonna get like a tad bit of some metallicness, then you get a tad bit of what feels like a saltiness, and then there is a sour feel of the fruitiness in this fragrance, and then it gets a little bit woody. There is this sandalwood, okay, that is also doing the most. And because I said this is not a linear fragrance, it kind of has these pages that you keep sniffing. Like you couldn't say, oh, I have bought this because of this. Okay, it's going to give you a touch of spiciness, a touch of saltiness, a touch of aquaticness, a touch of fruitiness, a touch of woods, all at the same time. That ambergris, that is what this fragrance smells like. And some of you are going to also say they feel a greenness in this fragrance because of that use of the cardamom and the cypral oil. So there's a lot going on here, and amidst everything, there's like an underlying creaminess, when it comes to this fragrance. So yeah, not bad, guys, from the House of Swiss Arabian. This is certainly a fragrance with depth. This is a fragrance that I can see myself adding to my collection, though I'm not in a hurry. But if you like fragrances that are going to give you a couple of chapters and pages there, then Solo Bali is certainly going to be the one for you. It is the sort that will also be able to transition through all seasons, that sort of thing. So it just is, to my nose, a heavyweight fragrance. So yeah, that is what I had for you guys. Lattafa, Niche Emarati's Durrah, and Solo Bali from the House of Swiss Arabian, both fruity scents. If you're looking at a careful one, then add Niche Emarati's Durrah. This is not going to disappoint you in terms of being safe, even gifting. I mean, as long as somebody loves a fruity scent, they're probably going to love this. But when it comes to this, maybe you need to test it. Unless you are accustomed to heavyweight fragrances, then you'll be fine with it. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we discuss more about fragrances. Remember to turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one. And remember, guys, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.